There we go. Figured it out. Sometimes you gotta play with it for a minute before you figure it out.
So how long will it take for the Giants to figure it out?
What is going on, guys? Week 4 of the NFL season is here, and I am joined once again by Ben. Ben, Knicks picks week 4. Last week was the first time in Knicks picks history that our teams faced off. And look, you can sit here and Brett, you got the W. You got the W. An L is an L, and I will take that L. I will gracefully take that L, and I'll tip my cap. But do not sit there and tell me, in your honest opinion, the Falcons played the better game and that this game wasn't lost by Jason Garrett and his
Hell
stupid
no.
fucking play calling.
No, I will not even try to. I feel like I would have to reach to find a reason how Atlanta won. Yeah, Younghoe Koo came up clutch, absolute clutch, but I will not. I mean, I wouldn't say Jason Garrett. You got Blake Martinez out. You got like
Sterling
two or one of
Shepard
your.
got
I don't
hurt.
know.
Slayton got
Shepard
hurt.
got hurt. You got so many injuries. Barkley, I only saw a few highlights. He does not look fully healthy.
It's
So
I don't
Daniel
know.
Jones
I
just
think
put that
he's
team
being
on his
set up
back.
to fail too with the play calling. Like literally, the play calling is if you give the ball to Barkley, they have him running right up the middle. Guess what? We don't have a fucking O-line, so Barkley's just running into a wall every fucking play, and he's not going to cut on that knee right now. So just get him outside, get him some speed, get him some space. The standings are Ben has 35 points, I have 34. I caught up by 1 point last week, although I didn't really get any of my game picks last week. The game of the week upset, our pick, or wild card. Actually, I did get the game of the week with the Packers on a last second. Thank God.
Timeout. Real quick, I texted you this. I had, for anyone that remembers, I had 28-27.
Which was the
Niners.
score with
Which was the
37
score.
seconds left.
And literally,
And
I
then
was
Aaron
looking,
Rodgers. And
then
it swings
Rodgers-
like that Ben could have had 5 points and the 1 point for getting that pick because it wasn't in his main 4.
Yep.
But instead, Ben gets no points, and I get 2 points because I had it in my main picks. So I love it. That being said, we start week 4 with the game of the week. And my game of the week for week 4 is the LA Rams going up against the Arizona Cardinals, a battle of the NFC West. There's actually 2 NFC West matchups going on this week, and I will be talking about both of those games, but we'll get to that later. Now, the Rams have I can't even say that the Rams have exceeded expectations because we expected them to be very good. I don't know about everybody else in the NFL picking world, but we expected the Rams to be pretty good, and we had them at the top of this division. Arizona, on the other hand, Arizona's one of those wild card teams where it's they could finish bottom of the division. They could surprise everybody, win the division. This is one of those matchups where we're going to find out a lot about the Arizona Cardinals because they've played well for the first 3 weeks of this season, but now this is their real first contest. Okay, is Arizona for real? Are they contenders in this division, let alone NFC? So I do think that the Arizona Cardinals are going to prove that they belong in the division and that they are contenders. However, I do have the Rams winning this one 35-31 over the Cardinals. They play twice during the season. The Cardinals may take the second game later in the season. Who knows? But right now, the way that Matthew Stafford and this Rams team is playing, they're the better team, and they're one of the best teams in the NFL because, God, we're in week 3 and the Kansas City Chiefs, we're in week 4 and the Kansas City Chiefs are losing their division. So it's a shit show out there right now, but right now, in my personal opinion, the LA Rams are the best team in the NFL, and they have a hell of a contest this week with Arizona, but I do think they come out on top.
I agree with almost everything you said when it comes to the Rams, but I'm going to go to the other Western Division, and that is Monday Night Football with the Raiders and the Chargers. 2 teams that, we both thought they would be probably wild card teams. Maybe not. These are at least record-wise, 2 of the top teams in this division. Yeah, the Raiders beat up on a anemic offensive Steelers team, but They and almost lost to the Dolphins, but Derek Carr is looking amazing right now. But I have the Chargers winning this one. I have them winning 28-24, and the reason I have them winning it close is because if Herbert can pull out one against the Chiefs with their okay defense, and the Raiders have a better defense in my opinion, I think Herbert with the weapons he has will show out on Monday night. I don't know if this is his first primetime game. I think he probably had one last year. I don't remember, but if this is his first one, I think he will live up to expectations at home on Monday night. Again, I got the Chargers 28-24 over Las Vegas.
All right, so the upsets this week. Now, you'll look at my upset and you'll think, all right, well, that's not, a huge upset. I am picking the underdog team in this situation, but this is another one of those weeks where it's way too early in the season to be, declaring upsets. You'll look at Ben. I already know what Ben's is. You'll look at Ben's and be like, that's not really an upset. Well, based off the records, it is. So it's very tough to pick upsets this early in the week or in this early in the year. But for me, one team that really shocked me last week was Detroit. And now, that being said, Detroit is playing Chicago this week. That is my upset game of the week. And I have Detroit winning this one 21-20 over Chicago for two reasons. Detroit has played with everybody this year. Everybody that they've played against the San Francisco 49ers. They were getting blown out, managed to come back and make that a very competitive game. Just last week, they lost on a last-second 66-yard field goal, which we got to pause for a second and say, Justin Tucker, Jesus Christ. A 66-yard field goal to win a game for the Baltimore Ravens last week. That's an NFL record of a kick. But to win a game is a whole other,
Third leg Tucker.
Detroit played with Baltimore that entire game and basically won that game if it wasn't for Legatron. So Detroit has been playing very well. Chicago, on the other hand, Justin Fields' rookie quarterback, Matt Nagy, is just not coaching that right. I see them in the same kind of situation the Giants are in where, you got the players, but the coaching is just come on. It's just so frustrating to watch. So I think this is the week that Detroit finally gets a win, gets over that hump, because they've had some tough losses to start this season. So Detroit 21-20 over Chicago.
My upset, now record-wise, might not seem like an upset for what I'm picking, but just hear me out. I have the Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, the Panthers are 3-0. Yes, the Cowboys are 2-1. But you could make an argument that the Cowboys could be 3-0 because they had a close game week 1 against the defending champs. And then what did they do next week? Stomp the Chargers. What did they do the following week? Well, we just saw Monday night what they just did to their own division rivals. This, as much as it sickens me to say it, Dallas making me regret picking Washington in my division. I'll tip my cap to you early on. You got it. I mean,
with Dak, they're the better team, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with Dan Quinn. Apparently, he has to be a defensive coordinator to coach defense, not a head coach. Fuck that shit. But I do, even though I'm praising Dallas, I think Dallas is better than Carolina. I'm not just saying that because it's a division rival of mine. I look at who Carolina played. They played the Jets. They didn't really play any competition. Now is their first taste at competition, and I do think Carolina can at least pull this upset off. I got Carolina winning this one 24-21 in a close 24-21 in a close game. I think it's gonna go back and forth, and I just barely believe in that Panthers defense. Just barely.
Like I said, last week the Giants and the Falcons played each other, and last week I did pick the Giants to beat the Falcons, and the Giants did beat the Falcons, except for the fact that they didn't. So, I also claimed last week that I am done picking the Giants for the rest of the year. I'm sticking to that. I'm not picking the fucking Giants to beat the Saints. I don't care if it's Jameis Winston. I don't care. I don't care. The Giants have not.
Broadcasting booth.
In no way have the Giants proved that they're better than anyone in the NFL right now. And this is more frustrating than any of the past 5-6 years that they've started 0-3 because it's there was so much potential this year. I have the Saints winning this one 28-17 over the Giants. I don't really feel like I need to talk about the Saints all that much. They've played fairly well this season. They're inconsistent, but they're better than the Giants. That's all that there really needs to be said about this game here. So 28-17 Saints over the Giants, and I'll have a little bit more to say when we get to the 2 points.
Yeah, so Nick saw at first, with me, with Atlanta playing Washington, I thought, maybe Atlanta can get a hot streak going. Maybe they'll, start off 2-2. And then I thought more and more, and I was like, as much as Washington looked anemic against Buffalo, like absolutely god awful, I just don't trust this Falcons defense. Yeah, they allowed 14 points against the Giants. Woohoo, that's the Giants. But you still give up 30 to Philly. So I feel like the Giants might be the lowest one, yeah, but that's the Giants. They're
There's no offensive play calling, so
yeah. No, the offensive play call is anyway. Enough on the Giants. Now I'll bash on Atlanta. Atlanta. I've been saying this for the past four weeks now. What the fuck are you gonna do with Kyle Pitts? Like, what the fuck are you doing? You drafted him 4th overall. He's compared to Darren Waller, which I think Kyle Pitts is a top tight end. I think he was hands down the best offensive talent in the draft. Yeah, there's Trevor Lawrence. Quarterbacks are always valued more. But I guarantee if they were going just on talent, Kyle Pitts is the best player. But he's not looking like it. I don't know if they're not scheming for him. I don't know what the issue is with Atlanta, with Kyle Pitts. But because of that, I have the Washington football team beating Atlanta 20-17. Maybe Kyle Pitts gets a catch. I don't know. Maybe
maybe two.
Maybe two. A touchdown this year, honest. Oh yeah. Ooh,
2 catches for 11 yards. Kyle Pitts this week. That's my.
I think the most he had is like 50, and I think that's.
Like I said, I am picking both NFC West matchups going on this week. So my wild card pick is the San Francisco 49ers going up against the Seattle Seahawks. And this is another one of those games where who do you really pick? And I don't know why I'm picking this as my wild card, because I could be picking games like, the Bengals and the Jags and get like a free 2 points on the Bengals winning, or like the Browns and the Vikings, stuff like that. But no, I'm picking the 49ers and the Seahawks because it's an interesting damn game. And God damn it, I wanted to pick Seattle. And here's why I'm not picking Seattle. I can't pinpoint what's wrong with them, but they lose to Tennessee. They lose a tough one to Tennessee, mind you. And they don't look good against I don't remember who they played, but Indy. They didn't look good against Indy at all. So I didn't expect San Francisco to play as well against Green Bay last week as they did, and they basically won that game if it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers. But look, their defense is good enough to slow down Russell Wilson in the second half of the game, because apparently Russell Wilson doesn't know what second halves are, like, of seasons per se. We look at last year. So I do have the San Francisco 49ers winning this one 33-30, and the main reason that I did pick this is I kind of had to stick to my guns here, because I picked Seattle to finish last in this division. So I need San Fran to prove that they are better than Seattle, because I think these were my bottom 2 in the NFC West, and that doesn't mean much because they're top 2 in like a bunch of other divisions. So 33-30, I have San Fran beating Seattle.
My wild card is going to be a game that I'm kind of looking at as like a good test for both of these teams, and that is Baltimore against the Denver Broncos. Baltimore fucking took the monkey off their back by beating Kansas City on Sunday Night Football. Lamar basically said, "Hey, coach, let me fucking take it again. Go on 4th down." Like, he was like, I got this. They can't stop me. And I love that confidence out of a quarterback. And even though they should have lost to Detroit, he looked like a very good passer, like a very good pocket passer. Like, he is showing a lot that he has improved. And as much as Denver has arguably the better defense, I like the Ravens offense more, and that's why I got them eking out a win 28-20. But I think it's going to be a very good game. I think Denver just got a 3-0 start because they played the Jets, the Jags, and the Jets, who are 0-9. So I think Denver is good, but let's also realize who they played and look at who
the Giants,
Baltimore
Jets,
played.
and Jags are not a 3-0 schedule. I'm sorry. Here are all of our other picks for the week. If there is your favorite team that we didn't talk about and you want to pause and see what we thought about them, go ahead now. Also, I'm not going to do it for this episode because I'm kind of crunched for time for editing this one. But if you guys want me in the main picks, when I'm saying my main pick, if you want Ben's prediction underneath that, let me know in the comments below. But anyways, these are all the other picks that we did not talk about today. So we move on. The last segment of the show is the 2-point conversion. And like I said, I would be talking more about the Giants-Saints games. And I know you're sick of me talking about the Giants. But
I know I am.
And you're sick of me talking about Jason Garrett, at least for this episode. So I'm just going to put it straight and simple like this. Jason Garrett is the reason the Giants suck. Well, besides Gettleman. But anyways, Gettleman and Jason Garrett are the reason the Giants suck. It's not Daniel Jones. He has literally been the only player showing up to these games these last, 3 weeks. So I want Daniel to prove that to the fans this week against New Orleans. I want him to put up a fight. Now, I had the Giants losing this game 28-17, but I do think that Daniel Jones is going to show the fans that it's not all his fault. He's going to give it his all. I'm not going to go for yards or anything like that. It's all about the turnovers. Everybody always blamed Daniel Jones for the turnovers, the fumbles, the interceptions, the bad decisions, whatever it may be. It's the play calling. So I think the play calling is not going to really get to Daniel Jones. He's going to have a great game. He's not going to turn the ball over at all against the New Orleans Saints. And he's going to prove to the fans of New York that, look, no, he's not the best quarterback in the league. No, he's not Patrick Mahomes. Yes, there are plenty of better options for the Giants out there at quarterback, but he is not the problem right now in New York. Jason Garrett, David Gettleman are the problem. Fix that problem, and then if Daniel Jones still sucks, address that afterwards. But Daniel Jones, no turnovers against the New Orleans Saints.
So, right now, do you know who's leading the league in receiving yards, Nick?
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp. Out of nowhere. It's
out
Cooper
of fucking
Kupp.
nowhere.
Also, he's leading in touchdowns, but I'm not going to go there. I'm going to say this right now. Cooper Kupp is going to go on an absolute tear against the Cardinals, which have a good defense. But for some reason, the Bucs had a good defense, couldn't stop Cooper Kupp. Every team that's gone against him these last 3 weeks just can't stop him. The Bears practice social distancing against him. It still makes me laugh, honestly. So my 2-point conversion is that Cooper Kupp will stay the leader in receiving yards because he will have the most receiving yards out of every receiver in the entire league. He will keep that lead and increase it and prove that he's here as a top 10 wide receiver.
Fuck, you get this one. Right? Somebody plays the Jets this week. You realize that, right?
I am very well aware. Hey, guess what? Someone plays Atlanta and someone plays
Julio Jones plays the Jets this week, by the way. Just saying.
I mean, we'll see what happens. Hey, 2 points have to be bold, dude. I mean,
Daniel Jones not committing a turnover is pretty fucking bold, if you ask me. All right, guys, that is the end of Nick's Picks Weeks 4. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel. We do this every Thursday. It's going to get a little bit more difficult because Ben's fucking schedule changed. So now we're either going to have to record this at midnight or at 6 in the morning or something like that. But Ben, is there anything you want to say before we head out?
You know someone named Owen?
Fuck off. I'm not doing this. Nope. Do you know somebody named Milo?
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. We're going to leave it at that because that's going to be nobody's going to know what. I mean, Owen people are going to get, but nobody's going to get hopefully nobody's going to get the Milo thing. All right. Guys, have a great one. Peace.
Deuces.